Well, this is a project that I've had going for ages, and I've decided to revisit this one today after clearing some other bits and pieces from my back study, to give this one a wash and a brush up and attend to some of the problems that this one's been having. I've run it once or twice, but I haven't videoed it, and the problem is that the engine has been sort of basically straining to actually turn the gear mechanism in here. There are two big gears and a central gear in between. Now I've put those on today because apparently I've discovered one of the small gears in between which connect these two big ones here, right down in here. This little one in here was actually cracked, and consequently every time it was hitting the crack, because the plastic is a plastic pinion, it is split open, it was basically not meshing properly and the engine was fighting against it, so it was thudding as it was turning around. I've put a brass one in there now, replaced the cracked one, and changed the gearing on these, put larger ones here, these black ones, metal ones, and it seems to be a lot, overall, a lot smoother. It's connected by a chain here to a sprocket on this axle here. You can see that turning in there, which obviously turns another, like an idler gear in between onto this one. I've got another gear here. This one just sits on top of the chain and just it's loose, and it acts as a tension in to keep the chain as tight as possible. Well, tight but not so tight that it binds. I'm going to completely rethread the fair lead here. So today all I'm doing is just running this engine, alas, on solid fuel, some old crystalline solid fuel, the square type that you could break in half, and just see how the thing performs. You can probably hear it in the background, and I just want to make sure that the gearing and the actual engine itself turns over freely, and then we'll look at connecting up the actual cable and maybe try to get this one to lift something. Just give this a few minutes. If I look at a few other bits and pieces, this on the back is to hold a big lead weight, because I want this to be able to try and lift an SW1, and this counterweight on the back keeps it really stable. The whole framework essentially is to keep this jib as rigid as possible. It's a design which is sort of evolved rather than been designed as such, because basically when I revisited this today to change some of the gear wheels, I just realised just how inaccessible some of the parts are. So probably not the best way to design something, but it's been a lot of fun actually doing it, and hopefully very soon, in a few minutes, it will just be turning over. That's the solid fuel exploding, because I think they've been wet at some point, but they're dry again now. So we'll see how this SP5 crane works.